The step-by-step procedure we use is as follows. The first thing we have to do is to isolate the air release valve by closing the butterfly valve underneath the valve, and that isolates the pipeline pressure from the valve itself. The next thing to do is to safely release the water pressure from the valve casing itself. So with a flathead screwdriver, we insert the screwdriver into the screwdriver slot and slowly turn the screw anti-clockwise. This is a small needle valve, and then we'll start to see water pressure starting to release out through the small drain hole on the underside of the valve. The next thing we want to do is to remove the cover of the valve, and in this instance for the 50mm valve we're using a 1/2 inch socket or spanner, so we undo the caps off the top of the valve. The purpose of the ductile cover is to ensure that we keep the sunlight and any debris out from the valve itself. Then we have the spacers. We undo the 4 spacers, then with a 1/2 inch spanner we undo the nuts. Just unscrew the nuts off the valve itself. Remove the washers to one side. Then we safely remove the cover. Just pull us off at the top here. On the underside of the seat there's 2 different O-rings. The orange, which is used to seal the float, and the black on the outside is to seal the seat from the actual body itself. So we're looking for is any debris might be sitting across, and we're looking no way are perished or that any damage to the O-rings. The next thing to do is to remove the float out of the valve. Now there's 2 ways in which you can do it. You can use a suction device where we simply plunk this onto the float and pull the float out. Or we can close briefly the drain valve and very carefully and very slowly open up the butterfly valve. Now the water is going to raise the float, and out comes the float. And now we can remove the floats. Next thing to do, and again this should be done with extreme care, is that there could be some poly shavings or debris in the pipeline that might be inside the valve. The first float that came off is the float which is used for rapid filling prevention. We can see it's got a sealing O-ring on one side. We want to make sure again there's no damage to the O-ring and there's no debris sitting against it. The main floor, which incorporates the automatic orifice, is situated inside the inner float, so with the palm of your hand simply place that onto the valve float itself and anti-clockwise spin the small float off. So here we can see the small flow, it's coming off. When we take this to one side, we expose the automatic orifice on the inside of the valve. To clean this, we can using a paper clip. Insert the pointy end of the paper clip gently into the orifice of the valve of the automatic orifice. Be careful not to push this in too hard. In addition to that, we want to use the safety pin on the side and just clear any debris between the 2 mechanisms. Is very important is that the mechanism is loose at all times. Then just giving it a small blow with you just to make sure there's nothing sitting underneath it. If you actually want to remove the mechanism and replace this, you simply apply a spanner to the actual mechanism and unscrew the mechanism and or simply screw out, and you can replace that back in place. So on reassembly, we've got the small float with the recess on the underside of the actual float. Push it on top of the thread again and slowly turn it clockwise until such time it can't turn anymore. Now this doesn't have to be ramped up tight. Palm of your hand, click it. So slowly we just put the float back into the valve. The rapid filling prevention disc, it's very important we put this in the right direction. Then we reapply the seat. Put our washers back. Refit the 4 nuts. We can put the spacers. We put the insect screen back onto the valve. Put the cover back on and refit the 4 nuts. Now, very slowly open the valve and control there's no leaks around the circumference, there's no leaks coming from the center of the valve, and there's nothing coming from the drain valve. If you can see water coming out of the very center of the valve, the leak is coming from the automatic orifice, so you haven't cleaned the debris from the automatic orifice correctly.